Remember, I said on the previous videos, if you have a resistance or a key level, what is important is how the market is approaching that particular level, because the approach to that level of value is going to give us an indication as to what is most likely to happen next. Hi guys, I'm back again with another banger, with another video. I just had to do this one. To be honest, it was not planned, but I just felt like it was worth doing it. So what is it that I'll be showing you today? I'll be basically walking you through why price action is king, because I only like do trends, patterns, like the pure technique, the pure price action. So I want to show you that it works almost every time, but that's not to say the market respects our setup every time, because the market does whatever it want to do. It literally doesn't care about us. So without any further waste of time, let's get into the video. So I usually start with the DXY, right, which is the US dollar currency index, because it gives us an indication as to what is it that how the dollar is going to perform. Is it going to be strong? Is it going to be weak? So that we can make those trading decisions when it comes to pairs that have the US dollar in them, right? Because we bet on the strength and the weakness of the dollar as compared to the currencies. So first of all, as you can see on the DXY, if you can just erase this resistance, you would notice that I had an uptrending market, right? So I had my first touch, second, third, and the fourth one. And I had my first one, second, and the third one, and the fourth one, right? So when I went to the lower time frames, right, I could see that, okay, the market was moving correctively towards that level. As a result, what is important is you to make your charts clean so that you can literally understand. So I had something like this, a corrective movement, before I had that support level that I had over here, right? So I had two options here, or the way I saw it. As you can see on the screenshots, that I thought that maybe this, if we're treating this as an impulse, then this was a correction, then maybe it was going to break above, give us a retest, and go into the upside. But you can also see that I noticed that, okay, the market was moving impulsively, then it corrected a bit, so I was also anticipating that selling momentum, of which we finally got it today. And it was, the market today was moved by the report data from the US with regards to inflation. So this is why you see something, this is why you see these big candles. So I don't usually look at fundamentals, but I can, by reading price action, I understand what is going on. So when you have candles like this within the times, it's usually fundamentals that did that, the news and things like interest rates, inflation, unemployment, and many more. So this is what happened. Yeah, then eventually Monday, Tuesday, then today, then the market finally gave us those selling opportunities to the downside, as you can literally see on the screenshots. Then moving forward now to Euro AUD, which is the one that I placed the trades on this week. Okay. So you would literally see that, okay, on the daily time frame on Euro AUD, I identified that resistance level and that support level. And then look, remember I said on the previous videos, if you have a resistance or a key level, what is important is how the market is approaching that particular level, because the approach to that level of value is going to give us an indication as to what is most likely to happen next. As a result, when I looked at this, I saw that, okay, I had the support level. If I can just erase everything, I had the support level over here, and the way in which the market was approaching this level, it was approaching it in a corrective manner, which is, it was signaling some potential or some probabilities of the market reversing to the upside. As a result, when I got it here, as you can see on the screenshots, it was giving me a fourth touch at that support level to show that it was indeed changing direction and to go to the upside. As a result, that is why I identified my key levels, right? Not necessarily leave my turning points, rather, so that is where I could place my stop loss and everything. So as you can see, the market at the time was probably somewhere around about here, and then me understanding that we were somehow at a resistance. So a resistance, then the market has been respecting that level for a long time, and then it finally. So I was waiting for those sells, and then when I got here, I said that okay, we're gonna get to those buying opportunities to the upside. But to be honest, I thought that maybe it was going to go above, give us a retest, and maybe continue going to the upside. But that did not happen, as the market does what it wanna do. All right, and then this is where I placed my buying positions, and then the market, it finally rejected from that level, and then it's probably now going to continue going to the downside. And then if that does happen, then you're most probably going to have something like a breakout, retest, and then continuations to the downside, because as you can also see, we have a head and shoulders over here. So we may get the retest and then to the downside, right? So that's just basically what happened on Euro AUD. We finally broken the trend line support, and then if you get a clear breakout and then a retest, that's when you're going to start looking for selling opportunities to the downside. So moving forward now to Euro NZD. So it's the same. What I noticed recently is that Euro AUD and Euro NZD are moving similar. That is why they always say that market conditions change over time, because I never really noticed something like this. Like I've always seen that they're moving similar, but not exactly, or something like that. But it's becoming now more evident that there is some sort of correlation, and I've always been a fan of correlations, which is something that I discovered myself as I put it in the work, practicing and everything like that. So the same is true with Euro USD and USD Swiss francs. It's not something that I was taught, but through consistent practice and putting in the work, I could see that there was a negative correlation between Euro USD versus the USD versus the Swiss francs. Right. So when I was analyzing Euro AUD, you could literally see that overall we're in an uptrend. And then the market had this support level that was being respected for a long time. And then when I went to the lower time frames, the market, as you can see on the screenshot, it was somewhere around about here. So I said to myself, I'm going to wait for that sell, and then I'm going to get those buying opportunities to the downside. But I did not place the trades on Euro NZD, to be honest, because as you can see, we have an uptrend, and then we have a support level that was being respected for a long time. And like I said, that what is important is how the market approaches that level, because if it's approaching it in an impulsive manner, then the more chances that it will break that particular support level or resistance. But if it was approaching it now correctively, then the more chances that we could get maybe a reversal. But it did not happen. As you can see that now the market is currently moving, it's Wednesday, and then it may probably break below, give us a clear retest, and then that is when you're going to start for selling opportunities. Okay, so yeah, that's basically what happened. It's just patterns, support and resistance, your trends, and then you combine all of that, and then the product is what is called confluence, when you're using all these technical tools all together in order to help you make more fluent or relevant trading decisions. So this is what it means. Okay, and moving forward now to Euro USD, we really caught this one. So as you can see on Euro USD, I normally start on the daily time frame, right? So Euro USD gave me this clear structure that has been happening and going on for a while now. So as you can see, we had these touches at the top, which is called the low in a downtrend. Those touches at the top are called lower highs, and then the points that are below at the support are called lower lows, right? So as you can see, we had 1, 2, 3 third touch, and then we had 1, 2, 3 and the fourth touch. So when I went to the lower time frame, I could see that okay, the market has been consolidating. It's been playing around this support, this middle support and that resistance for a long time. So I said to myself, maybe if the market breaks below, give us a retest, then that's when we're going to start to go selling opportunities. But if it respects this support level, then that is when we're going to start looking for buying opportunities and possibly get another sells to the downside, because then it would mean that we have what? Impulse move. Then this would be a version of a correction, which is that is now a higher high. Then maybe this is where we're going to get our next impulsive move to the downside. Okay, so that is basically how I saw. But to be honest, I didn't like the way Euro USD was moving, right? It was not it for me, because it was somewhere around about here when I saw it. To be honest, in as much as this was still a trend line, but it was not convincing to me to say, okay, now I'm going to place buying opportunities or everything like that. So that's why I did not do anything. But as I'm seeing it now, you can see that we have an area of support here, which the market has been respecting, because you can see support and then broke below resistance, and then then support, and then everything like that. And then when it finally came here, that is when it started now giving us a double bottom type formation, which is usually a bullish signal. Then that is when the market finally pushed to the upside. And then this whole upside movement that you can see was a result of fundamentals, like I said, the news. But I didn't really check what was going on, but I saw on my phone, like through notifications, that there was CPI inflation report, something like that, which I think is the one that moved the market like this. So you must know that when you see candles like this, there are fundamentals or there are news involved. So like I said, that for me, I already know these things. I don't even have to look at the fundamentals of the news, but it's just by reading price action and through consistent practice and the things that are seen in the markets, I can literally see that, okay, this is what is going on, or this is a result why something happened. Okay, so this is how I saw Euro USD, and guess what? It played out as I had anticipated it. Right, so this is what we do in Forex to try to, now moving forward to Euro USD. So what I want you to know is something that I set up for correlations. There is a negative correlation between Euro USD and USD Swiss francs. When Euro USD buys, USD Swiss francs sells. When USD Swiss francs buys, Euro USD then sells. So as you can see that when I saw the market, it was somewhere around about there, and then you can literally see that it was failing to break above that level. As a result, it formed something like a double top there, and then it finally went to the upside. This is just support and resistance, your patterns, just reading price action and understanding how it moves. Because remember, I said after every impulse move we get a correction. After every impulse move we get a correction. So it's those type of things that I look at. I don't make it all complicated. It's just pure price action and understanding what is really going on. And then we finally got those selling opportunities to the downside, but I wasn't there to actually capitalize on this trade, right? So probably the last one now, Euro CAD. Okay, so what I saw on the euro versus the Canadian dollar, it's also this descending or bearish flag, and then the market was failing to pick up the support level. And then when I finally went to the lower time frame, I could see that, okay, we have this support and then we have that pattern. Then this is usually a reversal pattern or flag rather. And then the market had this minor support level that was being respected. As a result, when it got here and then gave us those buying opportunities. But according to how I saw it or planned it out, I said to myself, first, when I rather wait until it comes back to this support and then look for buying opportunities. When it breaks that one, then give us a retest. Then that is when I was thinking that maybe it was gonna give us those continuations to the upside. But by looks of things, there is a possibility that it might come back down and then going to the upside. Again, this is just reading the price action and understanding how the market moves. Because as you can see on the current moment, the market is rejecting at that level. Hence, it failed to break above the, right? And then you can also see, if I can just erase this, you would also understand that this is an impulse move, then this is moving correctively, and then this is when we're gonna get our next impulse. And then if you don't see it, this is how it looks like, which is first touch, second touch, this is now a fourth touch, and the resistance, and an overall pattern. Hence the market is now going to the downside, which is if we get a retest, then that's when we're gonna sell, and maybe this being our take profit target. So this is how you do everything, guys. This is just a sneak peek of how I go on about analyzing the markets. And yeah, okay, now moving on to the last one, Euro GBP. So as you can literally see on the screenshot, I saw that, okay, this is one of the pairs, you know, when Euro GBP moves shitty, sorry for that, but when it moves in just a strange way, I don't even pay attention. But it was like this, because you can see at the support level, and then the approach towards that level was correctively. And then I said, okay, if the market now breaks this low and then give me a retest, then that is when you're gonna start looking for buying opportunities. And guess what? It just happened. You just have to wait, you just have to be patient, let the market come to you instead of you chasing the market and letting you being the one chasing it. Just let it come to you, because then that is when you're gonna start making more better or informed trading decisions. Okay, so I said to myself, okay, this is one of my most reliable patterns that I really understand how they move and everything like that. So as you can see, we had a nice clear reversal pattern, and then when finally here it rejected and then gave us this hammer, and then it now closed above, and then ours was just to wait for a retest and then the continuations to the upside. So as you can literally see on the 1 hour time frame and on the screenshot, this is just exactly how I had anticipated it. Nothing complicated, nothing so I'm just looking for an indice now. I think I had NAS 100. Yeah, so NAS 100 is the last one now. Okay, so when I saw NAS 100, there's actually something I'm trying out when it comes to NAS 100, just to try and scalp indices, not trade them like 4 hours then da, da, da. So when I saw NAS the previous week, I think it was somewhere around about here. It was somewhere around about here. Okay, and then I said, okay, if NAS breaks above the support level, that is when I was going to start looking for buying opportunities, because we had something like a triangle. There was something like this, with something like a triangle, and then I also had this minor support level that you see over here. And then what happened is, just as I had anticipated it, it came here and then it finally closed above and then gave us that sell, that touch, and then it finally went to the downside. So that is also something that happened on NAS 100, and then it finally broke below, and then it gave us the support level and then pushing onto the upside. So the next thing that we could be anticipating as of now, current moment, is just that NAS 100 is probably going to break above, then continue, depending on the strength of the dollar, and also maybe just maybe give us a head and shoulder, then go to the downside. Yeah, so that is, yeah, maybe a head and shoulder somewhere around about here, then that would confirm sells, or a double top type formation, and then that is really going to start looking for selling opportunities. Okay, so yeah guys, we have now came to the end of the video. So I just had to do this video. To be honest, it was not planned, but when I actually jumped into the markets to see what is going on, I really felt like I had to do this to actually show you how Forex is a probability game, how you need to be patient in letting the market come to you instead of you chasing the market, right? So I hope you took away something on this video. So if you enjoyed and liked this video, please do me a favor, just comment down below, hit the subscription button, like and share. I will most definitely see you on the next video. Thank you so much for watching.